Hello and welcome to this episode of City Skylines. Today we're going to look at modifying existing assets using the built-in editor. Before we do that, let's quickly open the content manager. You'll see we have no assets loaded. Everything we're going to look at today is available as DLC from Steam. So we're going to go ahead and open up the editor. We're going to go to Asset Editor, New, Select. For this episode, we're going to look at creating a hybrid incineration recycling plant. So we're going to start by selecting Building, use the garbage template. We're going to go ahead and load existing props and decorations. We're going to start with the incineration plant. I'm going to go ahead and click Continue. As you can see, there's not much here, but this is the incineration plant that we're all familiar with from the game. And it does have all the props that you would find loaded by default. It came with 56 of 64 possible props. Over here on the right, we have all the attributes for the incineration plant. For example, we can see that it produces a lot of pollution, it consumes no energy, but it does produce some energy. Now it's important to note that these values that you're seeing here are not necessarily the same values you would see on the screen during the game. There's a conversion factor that applies. Now to kind of illustrate that point, I've gone ahead and put together a quick spreadsheet that shows the landfill, the incineration plant, and the recycling center, and over here we have the conversion factors. We're going to use these values to help guide us towards making a reasonable and realistic hybrid incineration recycling facility. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get some space to work with. So we're going to go ahead and increase the width by a couple of cells. We'll get it up to, say, 10 cells. Now you'll notice when we increase the width, it did so evenly from the center. So when we're building out, we're going to need to keep in mind that we're going to have both sides to work with. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. So we have an industrial fence wrapping around. Now we do have some props to work with, but not very many. So we may actually need to remove some of these other props that it came with it in order to add new props. For example, we're going to want to add a number of recycling bins because this is, after all, supposed to be a hybrid incineration recycling plant. So what else can we add to this that's going to make it look like it's actually doing the job of incineration and recycling? There we go. That looks good. So we're making progress. We have a few assets. We only have a few left, so definitely we'll want to remove some of these other ones that aren't aiding the cause. Okay, now we've maxed out the prompts. We have a site that's 11 by 4. So aesthetically, this looks good. This looks like it could be the hybrid incineration recycling plant that we need. We have the main incinerator. We have drop-off areas for recycling, as well as bulk trash and miscellaneous waste. So how do we actually make it act like we want? Well, we got to change these values. And to do so, we'll go ahead and start expanding these drop-downs. In order to make a realistic change, we need to compare the baseline incineration plant to the baseline recycling center so that we're making realistic changes so as not to negatively impact or effectively cheat the game. So I've gone ahead and actually made a list of all the settings I think we should use, and there's a little precedent for that. The ultimate recycling facility. So we'll use these values to guide and effectively reprogram our new assets. So in doing this, we created one facility that merges both the incineration and recycling center capacities, and it gives us one custom drop down. And also is a nice change of pace from dropping down a few identical things one after another. So we'll go ahead and save this, give it a name, go ahead and give it a brief description. Alright, now that our new asset is configured and it's looking good, let's go ahead and drop it into a game and see how it works. Now this is Westwood, which is being built out, part of the series on how to unlock the Industrial Tycoon achievement. We're going to use it to look at our new facility. So now that we've turned off all the existing landfills, we can go ahead and drop down our new hybrid garbage facility to make sure it's working as expected. We'll go ahead and drop one down right here, adjacent the existing ones, set it to go, and see what happens. Now we do have our trucks coming out. Within a moment, we should start to see our resource trucks exiting. Here we have a delivery truck leaving our hybrid recycling trash incineration facility. As you can see, owner is the facility, and it's delivering forestry products. Alright. Reclaimed wood for the win. If we continue to watch this, we should see ore and oil. We won't see agricultural products. Nobody wants to re-eat food that's already been eaten. Here we see an ore truck leaving from our recycling facility. What's nice is as this hybrid facility produces materials, that's going to reduce our import rate, which then is going to reduce the amount of trucks on the road coming in from outside the city. And if we check to see where he's going, as you can see, he's going to make a local delivery within the city. So our hybrid garbage incineration and recycling facility is up and running. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can receive updates on future videos where we customize additional assets in City Skylines. If you'd like to see what happens to Westwood, check out the series on unlocking the achievement Industrial Tycoon.